Hello and welcome to LoreDump. Do you have the fucking thing up? You do? Okay. My name is... I can't think of the funny ones anymore.
My name's Burt Macklin, FBI.
My name's Bert. Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. Prepared for a lot of that. Oh, boy. I hope you enjoyed our episode on Quibi. It's the best streaming platform. And now we're back to more normal topics for us. And we're talking about the beloved game franchise of Kingdom Hearts today, aren't we, Cole?
No!
In my quest to annoy Cole with weird Japanese bullshit, I went for some Americanized Japanese bullshit.
Is Square Enix American?
No, but it's Disney. It's Disney.
I will note I have watched videos of people explaining it, but
so I have a question for you, Cole.
Okay.
How much do you know about Kingdom Hearts?
I will let you know. I've watched full length, 10-minute explanations from Donkey and all of them explaining all of it. And I don't know jack still. I don't know fucking shit. It was garbled. It was someone was just yelling nonsense for 10 minutes straight.
So I kind of have this. I have this set up in a different way from the way I usually do them. It's not that informatory. It's much more discussionary. And my next question is, I was going to ask you if you learned more from Starbomb or AVGN based on Kingdom Hearts.
Neither.
Because AVGN has an episode completely dedicated to Kingdom Hearts, breaking down the plots and how he doesn't understand them. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I don't know if he's as AVGN. It might be just James Rolfe doing it. I don't remember.
I think it's AVGN because he did it before as AVGN.
Yeah.
He did just movie titles and all that. Then
Confused.
And then he did it for Zelda specific, but
Zelda timeline.
I think he had that episode on hand in case he got sick, and then he got sick.
Okay.
And he couldn't talk. So.
And Starbomb has the song "The Simple Plot of Metal Gear." Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear and Final Fantasy VII.
And as I've mentioned, there's a Donkey video, and I've watched all of those, Jared, and I still do not understand.
Which is perfect, because I don't want you to understand. I want you to ask me questions and extremely confused about what's going on, and I can't answer them.
Ah, great.
This is someone who's played every Kingdom Hearts game besides Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
It's the only one I haven't played. I'm talking to someone who has never played a Kingdom Hearts game. Oh, and I haven't played the mobile games either. I didn't count those, but, if you were there for the Keyblade Wars, good on you. Or the
Are you telling me you don't own a Japanese phone to play these mobile
games
on?
There's an American version of it, and then you can still play the Japanese one through a web thing, but you can't do any of the online game mode, which is how you discovered the plot. Yes, Cole?
Hi.
It's also Nokia exclusive.
Well, that's just excellent. But also, is it in Japanese only?
Yes. I do believe you can get a translator through the Google. If you're using Google Chrome, you can.
But it's as good as Google can be.
Yes. I mean, it's Google Translate, man. You'll get some of the dumbest shit ever. Because Google Translate can't rearrange the words to English sometimes, so it's kind of, oh boy. Oh boy.
There's going to be a lot of that, I guess.
A lot of Mickey voice. So, Kingdom Hearts, first and foremost, is what happened when Disney paid a Japanese studio to make a game.
Okay.
They paid Square Enix, the version of Squaresoft and Enix. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know about
yes.
Those used to be two companies.
Yes, they used to be. Square made Squares. And
Square made such hits as Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, all the way up to Final Fantasy 8. 8 was the last one made under the Square banner.
Okay.
And then it became Square Enix. Enix made JRPGs as well.
So they just joined forces.
Yes.
And made the dumbest shit known to man.
So Disney wanted them to make a game. And they said, cool, how about we combine it with our Final Fantasy franchise? Because originally it was just those two. Yes?
Why didn't they just make it only Disney?
I have no idea.
Why did they feel the need to jam Final Fantasy into this fucking
So there's
Disney?
Limited interviews on topics like that. There's a lot of interviews on, why they chose the worlds they did, why they chose the characters they did, how they designed, but a lot less on why they made it the way they made it in the first place, okay?
Okay.
As of 3, though, they've added more than just Final Fantasy games. They've added in The World Ends With You, and they've added in other games. And Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to have no Disney worlds. And only be Square worlds.
Fuck that noise. I'm out.
I mean, like, and you're at the point where Disney has Star Wars and Avengers to work with.
And, like, you have so much at your oh, God, I'm dying. You have so much in your hands in terms of, like, franchises, and you're just like, yeah, fuck all that noise. I'm just going to go and we're going to go to Deus Ex World.
They're going to The World Ends With You, which has already been shown at the end of 3. They're going to, like, which is a really big Square game. It's a DS game. I have it. I don't like it as much as other people do.
Isn't it just one game? It's not even a franchise.
It's just one game, but it's really famous.
Yeah.
For being super... It's also super long. Like, you replay the same week repeatedly in it.
Okay.
It's a Groundhog's Day style thing.
Yeah, I played, like, 5 minutes of it.
I mean, like, you can go to Deus Ex, because that's owned by Square. You can go to Hitman.
We're running out of worlds, Jared, and it's only been like 5 minutes.
I mean, I can think of more, but all right. So if I told you to write a plot that included Disney characters, Disney worlds, and stuff like that, and you had to combine that with the plot of, JRPG characters from the most famous JRPG franchise of all time, what plot would you come up with, Cole?
Okay, so it's called Kingdom Hearts, right? I have no idea why it's called Kingdom Hearts. So I'm assuming Mad Hatter, okay? And all the cards that have hearts on them have joined forces with all the Final Fantasy characters.
Like, you kind of got a little bit in there, like, in some weird ways. So, okay, Cole. Is that your actual guess as to what Kingdom Hearts is?
A Kingdom of Hearts? Yes.
Okay, so Kingdom Hearts is this alternate universe where all evil lives, and the goal of the main villain, Ansem, is to free it.
Ansem?
Yes, Ansem. Ansem and his league of Disney villains, to include Maleficent, Pete, fucking Sephiroth from Final Fantasy.
Is his name is literally Handsome without the H.
No, it's just Ansem. Not the full spelling. Not and some. Ansem. And there's nobody, which you get into too, is named Xemnas. Anyway.
Boy, these names, man. I'm already...
So, I'm not gonna do this full step-by-step breakdown that I love to do, because, boy, that would take 5 ever.
So he's just gonna keep bringing it up to me as this nightmare that'll never end.
Well, I'm only doing game 1. I'm not doing the whole series right now. That would be a 17-hour podcast, and I would never fucking render. My computer would crash,
and I'd be a husk of a human, just like.
So the story revolves around the trio of Sora, Kairi, and Riku.
I'm already getting those names confused, but
okay,
go
so
on.
Sora is the big clown shoes guy that everyone knows with the spiky brown hair, right?
Why does he have clown shoes?
Don't fucking know, man. His feet are ridiculously big.
He's like Sideshow Bob.
Kairi is the girl he's in love with, and Riku's his best friend. Okay? Kairi's a Disney princess. Yes.
Is this like a 3-way triangle of love that gets in the way?
Kairi and Sora are in love with each other, and Riku's purposely trying to make him seem like he's in love with Kairi to push Sora to become the Keyblade warrior. It's stupid. So, as a person who likes Kingdom Hearts, I think it's stupid, I will note.
I remember people were so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, then apparently Kingdom Hearts 3 went so deep into the lore of Kingdom Hearts, they're like, yeah, this is
that's where
bad.
you find out, like, Kairi's a Disney princess, and she's actually Mickey's daughter. I don't know, Cole. You can't answer a question on that one. I don't know if she's like Mickey's daughter, but I think she's Mickey's daughter. Anyway.
She better be adopted, because that makes sense.
And they live on the island called the Destiny Isles, and it gets attacked by this ancient evil. And it destroys the whole island, right?
Yeah.
And then you get tossed into this wormhole, and then you wash up on this new planet called Traverse Town.
Okay.
And you meet Donald Duck and Goofy as your 2 party members for this game, who are the head wizard and the chief knight of King Mickey's kingdom.
Traverse Town. Why?
Traverse Town.
Traverse Town.
Like
Why?
traverse. like you traverse places. It's the hub world. It's the one you keep coming back to.
Damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, it's the naming is so unoriginal. And Donald Duck talks like he's Donald Duck. And Goofy goes, yeah. What?
Why'd they pick Donald Duck out of every like traditional Disney character for this
Okay, right.
dialogue?
So, who would you pick?
Pluto. The dog that doesn't talk.
Have the autistic dog next to the regular dog.
Yes.
Goofy. So Goofy has a shield and he just bunks people with a shield.
Okay.
And Donald casts magic and dies every 5 seconds. I will note the first Kingdom Hearts is incredibly hard.
Is it?
Yes. 2, 3, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep, Recoded. They're all super easy.
So would you say that Kingdom Hearts 1 is still good and by today's standards?
No.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 1, so Kingdom Hearts 2 perfected the Kingdom Hearts combat system in like the style that's super floaty, fly around, use your magic, defend, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is super stiff with all the same mechanics that Kingdom Hearts 2, 3, Dream Drop Distance, all of them have. All the Dream Drop Distance Pokemon, I will note, it's a Pokemon game. You collect monsters and summon them.
I was hoping I was collecting Disney characters and summoning them.
No, that's Disney Infinity. It's a game.
Yeah,
that
but
they make.
yeah, but I had to buy the figures. I don't want to buy them. I just want to capture them.
Don't want Disney Skylanders, Mom. I want real Skylanders. So this weird evil attacks. Oh, in the meantime, you also get this thing called a Keyblade, which
Ooh,
is just
does it unlock people's deaths?
So it can unlock any door, but it can't. It can unlock any lock, but it can't. And it's the main thing is it's the only weapon that can defeat the Heartless.
Hold on, Jared. Hold on. See this key?
Yeah.
It can unlock any door, but it can't. And this, you see this key? It can unlock any lock, but it can't.
So, okay.
I'm a key master.
So the biggest thing about the Keyblade is it
Are
can
you-
unlock people's hearts.
So they do unlock their deaths.
Oh no, not like that. Like a brutal metal one.
They're dead now.
It's a super blunt weapon. It's got like a round edge and it's like a big cartoon key.
I never said it wasn't painful.
But like so it's this. He gets a Keyblade. It's the only thing that can destroy the Heartless. Now, Cole, what are the Heartless? Give me guess what the Heartless are.
You ever watch Pirates of the Caribbean?
Only the first one that I can remember. I've seen them all, but I don't like them.
Okay, so in the second one, they talk about is it Davy Jones or is he
Davy Jones, the octopus face.
yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a heart. So they cut out his heart in that movie, and I've seen pictures of 3 where there's a realistic Pirates of the Caribbean, and it looks really weird. I don't know why they did that. That's a really bad idea.
Yeah.
So are they sea based? Do they have squid faces?
No.
Well, that
So,
was my idea.
There's some pictures of them down below. We'll look at them later. But the Heartless is all the evil inside someone's heart manifesting, the heart leaving their body, and it forming an evil form.
Huh?
Yeah. I will note that Sora turns himself into a Heartless to save Kairi. And that's how the plot of Kingdom Hearts 2 even happens.
So you remove your heart and you lose all the love you have.
Well, no. It's when a person's evilness takes over their heart, it leaves their body, and it forms a Heartless. Yes.
Okay, so have you seen Adventure Time?
Yes.
So you know how Ice King's heart...
yeah. It's what's his name?
Hardo?
No, it's it's like a cardiac joke, isn't it?
I don't remember, but it's like he kidnaps the princesses, but is very confident.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. But yeah, that.
Ricardio.
Yeah, Ricardio.
But yeah, so also not important to Kingdom Hearts 1, but I should note something does happen to those bodies as well. Those bodies aren't just laying there without a heart. Us what?
Am I heartless? I feel pretty hollow on the inside.
So, like, it's so weird, right? Because a heartless is just a heart.
Okay. But it's heartless. It's just a heart.
And the body becomes a nobody.
I mean, that makes a little more sense.
A nobody. It becomes a nobody.
But I hate it.
And they're important, too. Okay, where was I? Oh, he meets Donald fucking Duck and Goofy. I like Goofy. So Donald Duck gives these exposition dumps, then Goofy simplifies it.
How many times have they done this in the series?
A lot. More than I can remember. But it's a thing. It's a repeated trope. Also, the game has base subtitles on, thankfully.
Can you pick other followers besides these fucks?
Yes. So you travel from Disney World to Disney World, right? And
yes.
Most of them, you will get a optional party member you can add.
Now, are they only for this world?
Yes.
That sucks.
So, like, in Nightmare Before Christmas, you get Jack Skellington. In Pirates of the Caribbean, you get Jack Sparrow. I'm trying to think of another character named Jack. You get Simba when you go to Lion King. You get characters.
Toy Story, you probably get Woody or Buzz.
I believe it's Buzz. I could be wrong. I don't remember. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the least memorable one to me, even though it's the one I played most recently.
Does it have Woody Allen playing those characters?
That's Tim Allen.
Woody Allen. I fucked up.
That's why I laughed. So you go from planet to planet, defeating different Disney characters, Disney villains, solving whatever mysteries. Like in Alice in Wonderland, you have a fucking like a kangaroo court you gotta solve. You gotta find evidence to prove that Alice is innocent.
I love it.
But even if you prove them wrong, you still get fucking tried and killed. So you gotta fight your way out no matter what happens.
That's amazing. Is your follower Alice or is it the big cat?
You don't have a follower in Alice in Wonderland. That's why I said most.
Okay. I do love that. That is a fun idea. It seems like a fun idea, but only if it wasn't Final Fantasy.
Well, there's not much Final Fantasy in most of these worlds. Right?
Okay.
So any of the Disney worlds, it's just Disney characters. With Sora, Donald Duck, and Goofy.
So I have to admit, Kangaroo Court sounds like fun.
Except for Hercules.
What's in Hercules?
There's the gladiatorial arena.
Yeah.
And you fight Final Fantasy characters in that.
Oh.
Specifically, you fight Cloud.
Cool.
From Final Fantasy VII.
As you can tell, I'm a huge Cloud fan. My heart is just throbbing.
Okay, I will note, this is, besides if you've played the new Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, which I haven't, because fuck games that come out in parts, am I right?
Yeah.
So, like, the whole thing about, like, the Cloud thing is, it's the coolest iteration of Cloud I've ever seen. Like,
is it?
They completely redid him, and he looks awesome in it. He's got, like, wrappings around his sword. It's not just, like, a regular sword. He looks cool.
I will admit, even as a non-Final Fantasy player, I know that Cloud is the most overused Final Fantasy character.
He's the fan favorite. Although, like, in this one... Okay, so, we talked about Final Fantasy VIII, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Squall. Remember Squall? The moody...
Jared, that whole thing is a blank in my brain.
Granted, it was 2 months ago.
You talked for a full hour to me, and all I remember was, like, time travel that don't make sense, and I can't understand it.
So, Squall, who's the main character of 8, is in this game as Leon. They completely changed his name. He's less moody and weird. What?
Is this Leon from Resident Evil 4?
If only.
Does he take out an entire inhabitant of an Italy island?
Just... hold on. Where was I? I already said almost this crap. So when we get to the end of the game, right? You fought Maleficent, who's a bullshit boss. You fought Sephiroth. You fought your way through, like, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas world, Little Mermaid world, Lion King world. You know, you fought your way through them.
Yeah.
And you get to the end, and you meet Ansem, right? You fight him, and he opens the door to Kingdom Hearts anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he dies.
Game over. We're done. Easy peasy lemon
Because
squeezy.
Kingdom Hearts is filled with good. And all the good kills Ansem. But the whole game, you're told it's filled with evil. And if he opens it, the evil will flood the world.
So, is it like... So they keep saying it's good, evil, or is it like a more arbitrary thing, like hope or sadness, or?
It's legitimately all the good comes out and then evil starts to come out.
So it's both.
Yeah, and then like the end of the game is Mickey and Sora have to combine their Keyblade powers to lock the door again. So Kingdom Hearts 1 never planned to have a sequel.
Hold on. So if evil and good both come out in equal parts, just out from.
Well, the good came out first.
Okay. Why did it come out first?
I don't fucking know. They don't fucking know. For a storytelling trip, Cole.
Great.
So yeah, Mickey and Sora had to rush to close it, and in the nick of time. Now, if this sounds convoluted, I need to let you know this is like 1/3 of the game that we just talked about there. That's all you need to know about the game.
1/3 shrunken down to what you need.
And it's like, even then, it's more than what you need. And this is 1/12 of the whole series. So, Cole, I have presented you a Google Doc. I would like you to scroll down and look at some of the Heartless and tell me what you think of their designs.
Okay, well, I'm now sliding down. Wow, these look like... What the hell?
Which one?
They look like knockoff Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, these are definitely more Final Fantasy than Disney. So you have like the top left one is the normal guy, you know, like the little fucking brown dude. And most of these just kind of annoying ones can teleport around. The monkey dashes around. The big guy's a boss, and I don't remember what the other one is. I think he's not even from the first game. I just included him.
I don't know. They look
Bad.
Yeah.
Enemy design in this game is super generic. It was and it always will be.
Oh god.
Okay, so now we're done talking about the Heartless. The Heartless? Mo Heartless.
Do you ever get Mickey Mouse as a companion?
No. He is overpowered in this universe. He wields the golden Keyblade and is the Keyblade master.
You know what I want?
He's also the king of the universe.
I want Mickey Mouse as a companion, but not this Mickey Mouse. I want the Mickey Mouse from the South Park episodes, who's like a king.
I want Mickey Mouse from the fucking Ink Castle game.
Oh yeah. Was that good?
It's not bad.
It's not an answer. I don't like that answer. Give me a better answer.
It's fine.
That's a better answer.
It's like okay. So it's not egregious. It's not terrible. It's by no means something you shouldn't play. Like if I walked over your house and you're saying I'm playing the Mickey Mouse, it's like Mickey Mouse Epic Castle, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
If I was saying you, if I came in and you were playing that, I wouldn't be like, oh, that game's shit. I'd be like, oh, whatever. I wouldn't be like, oh, I wouldn't be like, oh, I love that game. I'm like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Falls into that weird middle ground of it's not bad enough to be interesting and not good enough to be interesting.
Just not interesting.
It's mediocre. Mediocre.
Is Kingdom Hearts good?
That's a convoluted question to answer, Paul. Objectively, no. As a JRPG/RPG game, probably not. Combat is super forgiving, but super difficult at times. You die a lot. Like, you have 3 characters, and Donald is dead for 90% of the fucking game. He has no health. He's all magic, no health, and he's useless, right? So you always replace him with the fucking extra character you get.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's dead all the time. The boss fights are bullshit. Maleficent's one of the hardest bosses I've ever fucking fought. And it's just not fair for most of the game. So I wouldn't say Kingdom Hearts 1 is good. I'd say Kingdom Hearts 2 is good. It's too easy, but it's good.
Okay.
And Kingdom Hearts 3 is fun.
That it's just fun?
Well, I mean, like, okay, from a story point, no Kingdom Hearts game is good, Cole. Because that's all this. This is the story of all the games. Like, this.
I mean, when you cut it down to individual missions and worlds, it sounds fun. Like, being...
Yeah, so the most fun part about it is just getting to explore the Disney world, right? You go to the Little Mermaid, you can swim around, you become a fucking mermaid.
That's
There's
fun.
Pictures of that. Hold on, wait, no, we'll get to them. We'll get to them.
Damn it! Damn it!
But so like you swim around, you get to explore these Disney worlds. What?
In Toy Story World, what kind of toy are you?
I don't remember. 3 is the least memorable to me, man. What?
In Hercules world, what kind of Greek mythology are you?
You aren't. You don't get transformed in Hercules world. Only certain worlds transform you.
Oh.
In Hercules world, you get trained by what's his name? Danny DeVito.
Really? Is it voiced by Danny DeVito?
I don't know. It's the character that was voiced by Danny DeVito.
Probably wasn't. They could have just took clips from Always Sunny.
How you doing? I don't remember what his name was. This is before Always Sunny. Kingdom Hearts 1 came out in 2002.
Yeah, it would have been.
But
The Return, and it's just clips from Always Sunny. He's like, I gotta get real weird with it.
okay, so we're on to the wacky worlds of Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
I'm so excited.
So first you got Destiny Isles, right? Which I wanted to touch on because it's the island where Kairi, Sora, and Riku grew up. It also does not exist in any other game or any other medium. It just exists in this one game for the first hour. And boy, this tutorial fucking sucks! I hate tutorials. This one's long and drawn out.
I could tell that you just don't like tutorials in general.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. But it's filled with Final Fantasy X characters who were all murdered. When the island gets destroyed, all of them die.
Okay.
And never get brought up again.
So his island's just dead and gone.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Dead and gone. But, like, here's the funniest thing, right? So those characters, those Final Fantasy characters, are drawn in the same cartoony style as Sora and Riku.
Yeah.
Like more cartoony than them. But then you go to Traverse Town and you meet Leon, and he's drawn anime as shit. And you meet Cloud, and he's drawn anime as shit. Like, why did they do Final Fantasy X dirty like that? Like, they're the one where all the characters are like these islanders, and they're like, what's up, man? Which, granted, Waka
Were
is
these
an islander.
characters like actual characters before this game?
But Final Fantasy X?
The guys on the
Sora, Riku, and Kairi?
Yeah.
No, there's the only real characters created for this besides, like, Ansem, and in the first one, just Ansem.
Okay.
So, in this game, okay. Here's a question, Cole.
Okay.
If I had to pick a Disney character to be the repeat antagonist of Kingdom Hearts, what Disney character would you pick? What Disney villain?
Zurg from Toy Story.
Zurg would be your repeat? Why? It doesn't really make sense for him to exist outside the confines of Toy Story, does it?
No, but I just wanted to say that.
It's Pete.
Who the fuck is Pete?
Pete's the big fat dog that terrorizes Mickey in all the really old
I
cartoons.
will note that my knowledge of Mickey is like very small.
So, have you ever seen Steamboat Willie?
No.
The first Mickey cartoon?
Like I said, even as a kid, I never really watched a Mickey cartoon because they weren't on during my time. It was mostly just live action Disney trash.
Okay.
Can you do a dump on Steamboat Willie real quick?
Okay, so Steamboat Willie involves Mickey trying to drive a steamboat, but Pete keeps on knocking him off the wheel, and they fight, like slapstick style.
And then it's become this big Marvel Universe thing.
It's pretty huge these days. I mean, that's what led to everything, you know?
Who knew? It's like in Marvel how Tony started building in a cave with a box of scraps, and now he's fighting a god.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, getting into the wacky worlds, you have more like Traverse Town, which is the hub world. You have Alice in Wonderland, which is Dirge's Animals. Right?
Okay.
And more like Tarzan, Nightmare Before Christmas, Sleeping Beauty, Lion King, among others. Some are super fun, like Lion King, super fun. Some are super bland, like Tarzan sucks.
Do you turn into like a jungle boy in Tarzan?
No.
Oh.
No transformation in Tarzan.
God damn it.
You fight the fucking hunter at the end, and that's about it. It's a really annoying fight, too.
Sleeping Beauty, do you turn into a dwarf?
No.
God.
That's Snow White, first off.
Yeah, they're both sleeping.
Sleeping Beauty, like, you don't really go into the world, you just fight Maleficent.
They both sleep. They blend together in my brain.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say here, so I just put some weird pictures from the game in.
He's a what?
So that's Pete.
Why is he a lion?
Because he's in the Lion King world.
Why is Daffy an octopus? He's a duck. He can already swim. He can swim already. He's fine. Why is he a turtle? He's still a turtle. Do they just like making him turtles?
I have no idea.
Now he's a... Well, wait, Daffy was already a bird. Why is he a different bird? What's this? Oh, this Halloween Town?
Yeah.
Is this fan art or is this
No,
real?
it's the actual ones. Yes, that's what they look like. That's what you look like in Jack Skellington World.
It looks fine. It's fun. But why are they...
So which one of these is the best to you? Mine is either Epic Mickey posing there to be like dangerous, the very first one, because boy, is that the least threatening thing I've ever seen that's trying so hard to be threatening.
Boy, that's like...
Or fucking Pete the Lion.
Pete the Lion!
Pete the Lion is one of the funniest looking characters I've ever seen.
Like, that's gonna bring the end to our universes? That.
He's just a repeat antagonist, right? Like, if you go up, right, scroll up a little bit, you see him talking to Maleficent there. That's Pete in the background, by the way. He's the army, he's the general of the Heartless in this game, I'm pretty sure.
Full plot synopsis. Wait till I just never read that.
So, I am including the Google Doc.
Okay.
And the Google Doc has a full plot synopsis at the bottom that goes over every single detail of this fucking game. Sure, I'm not willing to touch, like, the Keyblade Graveyard and
what?
The hidden pages
what?
And all the other little nooks and crannies, like Merlin's involvement, which was retroactively added to this game.
Merlin?
So,
the wizard?
yes, he's a Disney cartoon.
Which, Sword in the Stone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was.
One of the best Disney cartoons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he's really important in too, right? So, here's what I have to say, right? I played the original PS2 one, right?
Yes.
As a kid, and beat it. I have also played the all-in-one remake of it, right?
Yeah.
They added scenes in, added dialogue in, and added stuff in to give it more context for the coming games.
Does it work?
It works fine. It's not, like, good, but, like, it works fine. It does its job, you know what I mean?
You know, throughout all of this, it feels like if you just, like, took a knife, and I'm not talking like a butter knife, I'm talking like a butcher's knife, okay? You just carved out all this Final Fantasy bullshit, and you just had Disney worlds. You go between them. You have fun.
The problem was trying to create this overarching plot.
To connect them?
Yes, right? Because you need a reason to go from Little Mermaid to Lion King. You know, you need a reason to go from Toy Story to
I'm really disappointed that
Star Wars if they were at it.
You can't bring the characters, because I want to see Ariel react to Hercules, because they're like cousins, I think.
Well, one, Ariel wouldn't leave that world. She's a fish person.
She'd be fine. She has legs in the movie.
And she doesn't get them in the game.
Why did you get him in the game?
I don't know.
Put her in a bowl. Whoa.
Roll her around in a bowl. The ball's not completely full of water, so she could use momentum to shift the water.
Yeah, she's like in a hamster ball, and you just fucking stuff her in there, and then they meet Hercules, and they're like, whoa, hello.
Hi, and she's actually attracted to him instead of Prince Eric, the rape. And, like, that's a really creepy story. Let's be real about that one.
Yeah, and I don't know, that'd be an interesting connection, because they are related.
Yeah, mermaids are related to Poseidon.
Yeah, well, in that one, she's directly Poseidon's daughter.
Yeah.
And then you could connect the Frozen to Tarzan and then you can connect...
Oh, yeah, Frozen World's in 3.
Yeah, apparently it's terrible.
People hate it. It's the least liked world of 3.
But, like, there's, like, a theory that Tarzan and Frozen are the same, and I think Tarzan is the son of the... Like, they crashed their ship, and they got trapped on an island and had a son, and that was Tarzan.
What's the film theory on it? There's a film theory, not on Tarzan.
There's a film theory that Hunchback of Notre Dame is in the same world as...
That's one of the worlds in 2, I believe.
Beauty and the Beast?
No, there's a film theory on Frozen being the same family as Tangled.
Yeah, that too. You can connect Tangled, Frozen, and Tarzan, and that'd be kind of cool. Just fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I don't think they ever do A Bug's Life. They might. They do Winnie the Pooh at one point.
Do they do Monsters, Inc.?
I think they do it in 3.
Okay.
I played through 3 in 2 nights.
Oh, how was that? Was it fun?
It was more so like I just wanted to. So my girlfriend's dad got for me as a Christmas present.
Oh, nice.
and I kind of felt obligated to play it. So I just grinded it out in like 2 or 3 nights. I think it was 2.5. Like playing for like 10 hours a night. Because I don't sleep.
Yeah, it's an issue.
And I just skipped all the cutscenes. So I have no idea what happened in that game.
I don't know.
I couldn't care less at that point.
I was a toy.
Because me and Cole used to work at a warehouse, and we had this friend Charlie, and Charlie came in and bitched about Kingdom Hearts 3 every single goddamn day of the week for like a week there. For like 2 weeks.
He was really disappointed by it.
And so I know enough about it to be angry with it without ever playing it. So I barely remember anything that happened in it. I barely remember the worlds. I remember Toy Story. Toy Story was fun.
So when we do Kingdom Hearts 3, we're inviting Charlie for that.
Yeah, Charlie can do the dump on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah,
in
perfect.
2 years when I'm prepared to actually listen.
And when we can invite people over.
Yeah, after the pandemic's over, which some estimates was like 2022.
Or never.
Let's just keep this way of living around.
Yes.
You think that people think we live together because we're always right next to each other?
I mean, we kind of do.
We're spending enough time together.
Yeah.
We will soon.
Yeah, I'll live in the basement.
Rhiannon has her own room. You live in the basement.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing down there? Nothing.
Nothing.
I have
3D printing was my only hobby, Rhiannon. Leave me alone.
I'm 3D printed, and also I stopped making like moonshine and selling it and meth.
Especially meth.
Especially meth. Cool. Why is there colored smoke? Don't breathe it in.
I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares recently.
Yeah, how's that?
Fun.
Oh yeah, those are always fun. The American one is super like dramatized, like American.
My favorite one episode is from the English one. He goes to this like, I think she's like this African woman. She's making like soul food.
Oh, he loves it.
She makes like this gumbo for him or something, and he licks the plate clean. Essentially, it's empty. He brings back an empty plate. He goes, "Ma'am, your food is delicious. Some of the best food I've ever tasted. All I gotta do is make people know about this place, and it'll be swamped every night."
Yeah, and like, is that what he does?
Yeah. He also tells her to fire her mother-in-law, who works up front.
Oh, who's a bitch?
She was just bitchy.
Ah,
But like, tells her to fire her, and he's just like, all I gotta do was get the word out, and they were packed, and she ran a great kitchen. It was awesome. It's one of those episodes that was so wholesome that I was just like,
I looked up in the past like the percentage of like Kitchen Nightmare restaurants that are still open.
Mm-hmm.
About 98% closed.
well, that's also one. It's not his fault, right?
It's not his fault. He's just going to poor restaurants. He gives them he puts them off into a good point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter if it's bad management.
Also, yeah, remember the show did start back in 2006.
Yeah, so
And most restaurants on 2006 are closed.
especially now.
Like, they've just been sold and rebought and then renamed, so therefore they're closed. You know what I mean?
Also, 2020 is just like closed.
2020 is the death of all restaurants, the death of all businesses.
Movie theaters.
Somehow still open.
I'm waiting to go see Venom 2, Jurassic World 3. That's it.
Cole, you're not dragging me to these fucking shitholes.
Oh, Alien 6? No, wait, 7? I don't know. Which one are we at now? 8?
So it'd be 7. Right? No, it's 6.
4,
7.
5, 6, 7.
No. Oh no, they're trying to make Alien 5. Remember that.
I don't know.
They're trying to make a sequel to Resurrection.
I thought they were trying to remake 3 into a new 3 with... That was Blumkamp's idea.
No, this is Ridley Scott pitching to Sigourney Weaver. They make a 5, takes place after Resurrection, and she's half xenomorph, and slowly becomes more xenomorph throughout the movie. What?
So wait a minute. It's like The Fly, but xenomorph.
Yes.
Kind of down for that, but you know what's the funniest bit to all of this?
Mm.
Ridley Scott has to fight with James Cameron for Sigourney Weaver.
Because of Avatar?
Yes, because she's in them for some reason. Like, she's in the behind the scenes. I don't know why she's in these movies.
She shouldn't be. Maybe she's just acting as a blue person now.
This comes all the way back around. Avatar World in Kingdom Hearts. Because it's owned by Disney. They have a little park there that I want to drag Jared to.
Is it Disney or Universal?
It's Disney. It's Disney World.
Oh God, I'm not going.
They made it. They needed a sci-fi world, and at the time they did not own Star Wars. So they came in and it was like, we have the hot sci-fi franchise, Avatar. And guess what happened within the next couple years while they were making that theme park? All hype to Avatar fucking died. No one gives a shit about Avatar.
I mean, Avatar looks great. It's just not a good movie.
It's not a good movie, plot, world.
Another thing is, so speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds, right?
Yeah.
The biggest disappointment was no Star Wars, no Marvel.
Was that just because the game was in development for...
Okay, so here's a fun fact about Kingdom Hearts 3 development, right?
Okay.
The project lead on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kingdom Hearts 3 started development back in 2011.
Okay.
To give you some context of the 8 years it took for this game to come out, right? He got scrapped and pushed to PS4. So all the PS3 work they did was meaningless, right?
Yeah.
While this was being developed for PS4, Final Fantasy 15 was being developed. And the project lead fucking quit.
Okay.
So Square scrambled and pulled the project lead off of 3, paused the project, and put him onto Final Fantasy 15. They pushed Final Fantasy 15 out the door, pulled him back to Kingdom Hearts 3.
This dude needs to be paid like what the CEOs get paid.
He's one of the top at the company. Like I think he's their lead designer for the whole company, right? But the thing about doing that was, one, Final Fantasy 15 became a gameplay test for Kingdom Hearts 3.
So is Final Fantasy 15 good?
It's better than Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay wise.
Oh, really?
Because he was able to do more aggressive stuff with it, right? Because Kingdom Hearts has to have this cartoony element to it, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas in Final Fantasy 15, he can make you throw a weapon and teleport to it and then switch weapons.
That sounds fun.
You're just teleporting all over the place. It's super fun, actually. I do recommend Final Fantasy 15, even if you're not a JRPG fan. It plays more like an MMO in most ways, but the combat's super active.
Yeah.
There's an MMO amount of quests in it. And Hurley is in it from Lost.
What?
Have you ever seen Lost?
No.
There's a dude who looks just like the character Hurley from Lost in Final Fantasy 15.
See the fat dude?
Yeah, fat dude, beard.
Yeah, I know
I'll
him.
show you a picture of him later.
Yeah, I know him.
And he came back to it, I forget, like 2016, I think, is when he came back to it, which is after the Marvel merger, but this is after the Star Wars buyout.
Wait a minute. He came back to the island? He escaped. Why would he ever come back to the island?
I mean, the project lead, Cole. God fucking damn it.
Oh.
But yeah, he came back to it, and he could have... The game came out 3 years later. Like, they had time to add in Marvel and Star Wars and just chose not to. And they're not going to be in 4. So that means the earliest we can visit Marvel and Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts, like everyone went for 3, is 5. Like, that's the biggest issue, is like, you have all these worlds that you could deliver, right? And then yet again, you just redeliver Pirates of the Caribbean, you redeliver Nightmare Before Christmas, you redeliver Lion King.
You keep adding the old worlds when you could, like, they keep, like, while Kingdom Hearts franchise has been going, Disney has been, like, the blob and, like, consuming franchise after franchise, and you could just, like, you could take advantage of that, and you could add those to the world, but you're just like,
let's go back to the Lion King. And, like, you go back to the Lion King, and the characters remember you, and they say, "Hi, Sora, how you doing?"
You could visit all of the Pixar. Did I go to Ratatouille?
No, they could go. They could go to
Cars.
Princess and the Frog would be awesome to explore to me. It's the Southern Louisiana magic place, you know.
I never actually watched that movie.
Super good, actually. It's one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies.
Is it a Pixar movie?
I think so, isn't it?
I don't believe so.
Princess Tiara is a Disney princess.
Incredibles?
You do that in 3.
You do that in 3? Okay, they did Incredibles. Duly noted.
Pretty
Up?
sure, at least. I forget half of 3, man.
Up?
No Up.
I will. We gotta admit though that Incredibles was early 2000s, and the way they make these games, it takes them like 10 fucking years, so they can't be.
So they're planning Kingdom Hearts 4 for 2023 and Kingdom Hearts 5 for 2026.
Let's see how well that.
Well, here's the thing, right? So part of the holdup on Kingdom Hearts is the Disney side of things.
Yeah,
licensing, permissions, and whatnot. So Kingdom Hearts 5 is going to be all Disney, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be 4. It's going to be no Disney. So 4 can be rushed out the door without licensing worries, but 5.
It seems so weird. Like, couldn't they just go to like the Disney?
It's the fact that licensing isn't just owned by Disney, but also owned by subsidiaries that also worked on that project. Like all the animation teams and companies that Disney owns, subsidiaries. And you got to get licensing rights for each individual animation. You have to get them through courts. You have to go and purchase them. Or you have to have a contractual agreement given to you. And you got to know exactly what you want to work on for Disney to give it to you in the first place.
Or it's like...
Disney just says, do whatever the hell you want. Here's licensing rights to all of our crap for Kingdom Hearts. Disney, why don't you do that?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Or like they go in the office and it's like South Park, it's Mickey Mouse and he's an asshole and he's playing golf.
Yeah, he's the actual head of Disney.
And he does the thing in the mask where he has one of his henchmen fuck up, so he puts him down, he puts the ball over his face and he hits it. Yeah. just do that scene.
Well, so I think that wraps up the Kingdom Hearts talk.
I had more fun than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, you may have noticed a slight change in style of these things. We're slowing down our pace.
Yeah,
we're slowing down the amount of content we cover per dump. Why? It's fucking hard to cover 4 games. It is. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to cover like 20.
Well, I'm saying in one dump. We covered 4 games. That's way too much. So we're going to achieve it to 1, maybe 2 games per dump, like Half-Life was.
Half-Life was about, I want to say it was about 3 to 4, but like some were remakes of the same game, covering the same material in a different way.
Yeah, that's what I meant though. Like Half-Life is legitimately just 1 game and it's 2 add-ons, you know?
And those add-ons were, one took me less than 2 hours. Actually, was it less than an hour?
Yeah, 1 took you like 30 minutes. I still have the footage. But like that's exactly what my point is though. Like those don't take us. That took us. It's so much easier and more fun for us to do.
Yes.
Rather than I shovel 4 bullshit Resident Evil games down your throat, you know?
Oh god, and then I just at the end and we were just dead and we're like we've been talking about Resident Evil for a fucking month and you just want to strangle me for coming up with the idea?
Yeah, so we're gonna slow down the amount we cover in 1 episode. It'll be 1 game. Probably more of an open discussion. And for movies, it's going to be less than what we did 7 movies in 1 with Predator.
I believe so. But
it's going to be less than that, probably 3 to 4.
Predator was easy because I've seen Predator. I've seen Predators.
Yeah, but it was an hour and 40 minutes. Cole. It was too long.
The episode was extremely long.
So yeah, we're going to slow that down to more of a fuck you motorcycle. This is staying in the episode. We record out of Cole's living room, and his windows are open because it gets too hot in here if we don't.
Our shortest was probably Prometheus because that was 1 movie.
2?
Oh yeah, Covenant.
But we had a lot to say on Prometheus. Our shortest episode is Quibi.
Yeah.
Because it was Quibi.
Yeah.
I think it was our shortest amount of topics covered.
I mean, it's also really fun.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Even the second time I enjoyed it. Do check out the Quibi episode if you haven't seen it. It was actually super fun. If you like us, we have a YouTube channel called LoreDump, and we have another different show over there called Indie Game Club where we talk about indie games more in depth, 1 game per time.
Yeah,
it's more of a review style. Come join us, play the games with us, see if you like them. That's what it's all about, right, Cole?
Yeah, and we stream sometimes.
We haven't been streaming that much lately because shit's been going down, but we typically stream 5 days a week on between 2 Twitch channels.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/LoreDump, Twitch.tv/JaredTheCow.
Just sometimes life gets in the way.
Sometimes life gets you down, and you put a bullet in your head.
What? What?
Thank you for joining us, and as always, we'll see you soon.